Hey guys, this is Colt again from Spit and Tex Upholstery. I'm back, baby. I promise you we're going to finish this all together, the whole thing. Economy went kind of crazy. Had to go back to work for the railroad. Turns out the railroad doesn't pay as much as upholstery. So I'm probably going to wind up doing this again. But you know, you got to pay that mortgage. So this is a chair for Russ from Highline Grain. He works with us on the railroad. And he wanted his chair done. So, Russ, here we go. This is a double-backed ottoman. You know, when you put your feet on the ottoman. I'll show you how to walk through this. This all comes off in one piece, but we're going to do a refinishing, a light refinishing. I'm going to show you how to do that's not massive. You know, it's not like you got to sand the whole thing down, nooks and crannies. This is different. You can just, with some of these products that I'll show you, you can knock this down real easy and bring it back to life. We're going to be using a 3-ounce brown leather for this chair. So this is a different application. It's not vinyl, it's not fabric. So you're going to need these cutting boards that I have over here. You're going to need them maybe for some different kinds of relief cuts. You never know with leather. Leather, it's a whole different animal. So, yeah, I'll show you all the different products. Photograph everything before you start. Photograph everything. And I recommend as you go, like once you take the back off, because that's the first step, you take the back of this chair off and then start relieving it and unfolding it like a hide. I call it a hide, a skin, whatever. I call it hiding the chair. And then underneath, you know, stop, photograph everything, and then take your staples out and then relieve it all to where it all comes off. And then maybe stop and take another picture. Take pictures. It's not a big deal. You know, in this day and age with these phones, come on, take pictures. It'll save your bacon. It saved me bunches of times. You know, like, what is this? What the? But, you know, so. All right, this is Colt again from Spit and Tex Upholstery. Make sure that you wear some gloves. I like to wear lightweight ones. I got these other little rubber ones that I like sometimes too. It depends on what I'm doing, but with tear down, these work pretty good. So you relieve the bottom of the chair of its staples. And then on the side here is those metal barbed tack strips that you punch in. And on the top is always going to be cardboard. Okay? So you just slowly, systematically, you can use your staple puller to pull it out. You just kind of pop them loose. Okay? Just kind of pop them loose. A lot of times they'll just pull it out like that. Okay, and like I said, remember, on the top of any chair, it's always going to be a strip of cardboard that you start there. You tack that down, then you bring it down, and then you gauge where these metal strips go. Okay, and you always want to have a plastic backing on them. You can buy them separately and they'll slip right on, and you cut them with your dikes, you know, to the length desired. All right, to the bottom of this edge here, you know, and then you wrap it around and staple it, bring it down, and then tack it on the bottom. But yeah, so these, like I said, I'm sure you already probably know this, but yeah, anyway, these plastic things, they just slip right over like a sleeve. Okay, so that's that. They got some ugly little things here I would have never used. They just didn't do it right. And if you're gonna do it like that, you know, they thought that it's gonna hold better or whatever, use a decorative tack. Which I would never do. You'll see, especially with leather, everything has to be seamless. So yeah, you just come through. With your staple puller. Hit myself in the lip. Like, you can photograph this if you want. I've just done it so many times. I can do this in my sleep. But so far, so good. So this is the back. Okay. Yeah. Right? So that's one big hunk of leather. That's part of the reason that it's going to take almost 2 hides to do this. Because when, oh, am I bleeding? I hit myself in the lip. Well, that proves for good videos. Be careful. So yeah, anyway. How bizarre. Yeah, I think I'll keep that in there. Careful when you're leaning in on something. So anyway, like I said, you take the back off first and then you relieve all the edges. And this all just folds off. Yeah, it's all good. All right. So like I said, make sure you wear gloves when you pull your staples because your hands are everything. You get a couple nicks and you're doing and tugging and pulling, it is a nightmare. You're going to have to wait. I mean, I've had to stop a job for a week because I cut myself in some crucial, if you cut any of these 2 fingers, it's brutal. But you never know when you're doing, you know, I got holes in me and pokes in me and scratches all over my body from upholstery. But, so yeah, careful with your staple puller. All right, so I'm going to fast forward. I'm not going to bug you with this. Boom, boom. You got to see me wound myself. Hey. And this will all fold off. Super easy. We're going to do some fast forwarding, some editing. But I'll keep the wound. What do you think? I think it shows character.